Hello Cancer, Cancer Rising and Cancer Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting June 26th, 2017. And a quick reminder for all of you Cancer people out there, this is the last week of the pre-sale discount special that I've got going on for the Tarot Home Study course I'll be debuting for purchase and download on the 1st of July. So if you want to take advantage of the discount and pre-order your big old download over 3 hours of content, plus supplemental documents, you need to do that this week. Otherwise, because it goes when it goes live, it's going to be at full price, and this is all going to be at my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you'd go to get a session with me. So let's check out and see what is going on with your astrology. Well, early on in the week, we've got a really nice angle going on with Mars, currently in your sign, forming a lovely connection to Neptune, currently retrograde, your 9th house of higher education, travel, broadcasting, government, legal proceedings, publishing, and your spiritual life, all kinds of things. Once you get into the houses 8, 9, they tend to not know what they are. And with Mars forming a connection to Neptune retrograde, this is all about a secret being revealed in one of these areas that you can exploit in a way that promises a victory for you that you may have been denied, whether it's a victory in a court case, whether it's a victory in terms of a transfer of credits when it comes to school or university, or possibly even getting some kind of credit or credentials that you have been waiting for, or maybe a result on a test that you find out turns out much better than you think. If you are in the middle of an appeals process, or you're trying to make up things, pick a makeup exam or anything along those lines, this is the best time to do it. But also at the same time, you may be finding out a secret loophole that may also give a lot of you aspiring students, publishers, and broadcasters a shortcut to get your plan, whether it's your academic agenda or your professional agenda, to move much more quickly and swiftly than you've been told it could. Later on in the week, on Thursday, we do have Mercury in your sign forming an opposition to Pluto, currently retrograde in your 7th house of partnerships. Remember, this is the area that talks about your closest one-on-one relationships, your best friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, BFF, I already said best friend, business partner, roommate, all the people you spend all your closest one-on-one time with. And this opposition may actually be something that catches you a bit off guard, because when Pluto is retrograde, it does indicate that it is bringing people back from the past. And usually these are people that we didn't know we're not over and done dealing with, that their influence, even though we haven't thought about them, is still kind of impacting our present day life. And I don't see this opposition as an opportunity to patch things up. Not 100%, there's a gray area here, that's life. And what's happening is that you will have this contact again, but I think it's more in the interest of clarity. I think it's more in the interest of trying to get all the water under the bridge. So if this is a financial issue with an old business partner, this could be good for you to get things settled and squared away. Maybe it's getting closure with an old lover, or possibly even getting the real story out of an old best friend. But that does need to come out. So what's going on with your cards then this week? Well, for your spiritual advice, we have the card of the Maven. And the Maven is always talking about an opportunity to maybe actually have the future be now, in the present. Because Maven itself is actually a pagan holiday. It falls on the equinox, and that's where the word comes from. It talks about the celebration of the second harvest and the transition into, the end of, of the light of the summer. And with the Maven, we have an opportunity to bring something to actually a successful harvest. And again, this is talking about reaping early rewards, and big ones at that. Now, the important message here when it comes to the Maven, though, is to pay attention to where this is not meant to immediately go and be reinvested or spent, or however this energy or this money or whatever it is right away. This is meant to be something that you keep with you into the future, and not necessarily something that you turn around and try to apply to your life right away. So whatever gifts, whatever opportunities, whatever blessings come your way, make sure that you don't immediately employ them and put them to work, because they may be meant to be saved for something else. For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and your finances, we've got the Four of Cups upright. Kind of an interesting week for work. I think that with the Four of Cups, you tend to see a situation where we may be feeling like we are missing out on something big because there is either a really high maintenance project or maybe high maintenance clients or customers that are kind of pulling our attention, kind of consuming all of our attention this week. Yes, that does indicate that it's going to be very lucrative in terms of money, but you may be feeling like you just don't have time for extra or for advancement or even to recharge your batteries. And a lot of that has to do with Mars in your sign. Mars can really, really push us to see what our limits are and exhaust us a bit. And with the Four of Cups this week, some of you may actually find that it's very important for you to know how to break this rut. Is it really worth, again, just accruing and accruing and accruing if you can't enjoy that money, if you can't enjoy that prestige? You know, you do actually have a bigger clout to leverage than you think. But with the Four of Cups, you may also need to start asserting some tighter boundaries, because you're finding as well, you're getting quite a bit crowded this week. And it may be time to, you know, even though you might not think it's the right time or the space, it may be time to start setting some limitations and setting up some, you know, some schedule restrictions this week, because again, some folks may not necessarily be granting you the opportunity to put all of this wonderful work experience to good use. That being said, you will be getting paid. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we've got the Five of Swords reversed. And again, a good reverse card, because this talks about an opportunity for patching up, you know, for relief following a conflict, for making amends. And, you know, one of the things that I'm picking up on from this Five of Swords reversed is that somebody may actually be coming to you with a focus on making amends, and they're coming apology first. That's what I'm picking up from this card. I'm feeling a little bit like this is a situation where, you know, they're trying really, really hard to make things up to you, or at least make up or pay off a debt or something that they owe to you, or where they may have burned you in the past. You may not necessarily welcome this person back into your life, but you should welcome their act of contrition. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Knight of Pentacles reversed. This week, again, I don't feel this is a person. You know, this is really just more of a warning. Again, we talked about this with the Four of Cups. I'm a little bit worried that this card could be talking about an opportunity being missed, or a life becoming less well-rounded because of something, again, consuming all of your time and interest and energy, you know, kind of forcing you to become a bit of a workaholic, even if you're a reluctant workaholic this week. And often enough, the Knight of Pentacles reverse can show up as a situation where a person will make you feel like you're doing a good job to be so inundated, so overwhelmed. And so you need to be careful this week about being guilt-tripped or taking the praise for doing something essentially harmful to yourself too seriously. You know, sometimes we get bribed. You know, when people try and get you to go beyond your comfort zone, compromise your health and your social life for the sake of things like money and prestige, to me, I look at that as somebody's bribing you to hurt yourself. And, you know, that means that you need to be able to know when to take a step back and, you know, and again, get that time to recharge. You know, it's not like this is never going to come again, and the Maven card says it's already going to be a great week. So why would you let this whole week be about just one thing? For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Four of Wands reversed. And this card, I'm feeling like a lot of you Cancer people may be getting ready, you know, doing a lot of prep work for some big milestone that you're going to achieve with either a sweetheart, or maybe even finally getting something off the ground with a crush or an intended lover. Now, the interesting thing is, the Four of Wands reversed, you know, again, another reversed card that's actually good, you know, does indicate that it's actually more fun to do the planning, to do the creation, to do the brainstorming, to put the work into it, than it is to actually have it. In fact, actually, I think it's the act of endeavoring, it's the act of the work itself, the bonding over whether we're planning on this big party we're going to have, or planning this trip we're going to take, or planning on this, you know, this date, or doing the talking and the brainstorming and all of those things. When you realize that that's the activity that's bringing you together and not the activity you're planning, you may actually want to pay attention to where you are actually further along with this person than you really think. And there may be a mutual acknowledgement of that bonding this week. That being said, that doesn't mean, blow off the party. That doesn't mean don't enjoy the fruits of your labor. But the Four of Wands reversed is basically saying it's the little things that are going to add up this week. They always do. But this week you're going to be noticing that for some reason, again, more important than actually achieving the goal is, actually being able to plot out and handle the trials and tribulations of the journey with someone capable, ready, and able to do so with you. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below or go to integrativemysticism.com.